Hey everybody, Kevin Anthony here. Today I'm going to be talking about what creates low testosterone in men and how to fix it. But before I do that, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Doing those things greatly helps the channel. Okay, so I'm going to give you a list of things that create low testosterone, and then we're going to talk about how we address those things. So number one, medical issues. They can be anything from primary hypogonadism, undescended testes, Klinefelter syndrome, hemochromatosis, physical injury, cancer treatment. There can be secondary hypogonadism, pituitary disorders, inflammatory diseases, obesity, aging, medications, and concurrent illness. Okay, so as I address each one, I'm going to talk about what can you do to fix it. Obviously, for this first one, for medical issues, you just need to go see your doctor and you need to seek the appropriate treatment for those medical issues. Okay, that's an easy one. Well, maybe not so easy to solve, but an easy one to describe. What do you do to fix it? Number two on the list, not exercising. It is well known that exercising, especially physical exercise like load-bearing things, weight training, will stimulate the production of testosterone. So if you're not exercising, the way to fix that is to start exercising. Number three, previous anabolic steroid use. Ooh, that can be a challenging one. So if you have used anabolic steroids, there is a possibility, depending on how much you used and how long you used them, that your body has shut down producing its own testosterone. And there may be some ways that you can stimulate it to start again. That doesn't always work, and you may need to address that with hormone replacement therapy. Number four on the list, diet. Diet has a huge impact. A lot of people don't realize this. Some of guys' favorite things like beer are not good for your testosterone levels. So you want to watch what you eat. You want to try to avoid foods that have a lot of phytoestrogens or xenoestrogens, so plant-based estrogens and chemical estrogens, which are in almost everything these days. So you want to clean up your diet. Number five, estrogen excess. So we talked about this, right? And this can be from external or environmental factors. This can be the way your body processes and converts hormones. This could be from the food you eat, as we just talked about. So if you are experiencing low testosterone, one of the things you want to look at is your ratio of estrogen to testosterone and also progesterone. In fact, we did 2 episodes on the Love Lab podcast about hormone levels. I highly suggest you go check those out if you want to know more about that. Especially for men who are aging, it's even more important because their testosterone levels are dropping, which is leaving estrogen to run amok in the body. All right, number 6, too much alcohol. Well, I already talked about this a little bit. Yeah, you want to avoid excessive alcohol, or really, especially as you get older, really any alcohol other than the occasional drink. Number 7, obesity and health problems. So we kind of talked about medical issues, but that was related specifically to the testes. But there are other health conditions, and obesity is a health condition, that can contribute to low testosterone. So obviously the way to deal with that is to get as healthy as you can. If you do have any of those underlying health problems, if you are obese, you need to deal with that. Number 8, depression and antidepressant medications, well known for lowering testosterone and sex drive. Okay, well, if you are suffering from depression, I know that it's a very challenging thing to deal with, but there are ways that you can deal with it. So seek the appropriate help that you need for that. And if it is a result of medication that you're on for depression, talk with your doctor, see if there's a way. Not all depression medications have the same side effects, so you might be able to switch to another one. You might be able to wean yourself off of it, especially if you're doing other things to address the depression. Number 9, medications. Well, there are legal medications that you're taking for a particular reason and illegal ones that you might be taking for other reasons, but they could potentially be wrecking your testosterone levels. So you want to take a look at that. If it's something that you have to take, see if there's an alternative that maybe doesn't have the same side effects. And if it's something that you don't have to take, you should seriously consider not taking it. All right, number 10, toxins. There are a lot of toxins in the environment. There's toxins in the air, toxins in the food, toxins in the water, toxins in your house. You want to try to clean up as many of those as you can. I mentioned earlier the xenoestrogens, the chemical-based estrogens. And these things are important because they fit the same receptor sites as actual estrogen. And so you can end up with basically an overabundance of estrogen, which is a problem. Number 11, stress. So you want to make sure that you're addressing the stress in your life. This is a big one for a lot of people nowadays. We live in a very hectic, crazy, fast-paced world with a lot of stress, and we need to make sure that we are doing things to lower that stress, because that stress level is going to raise cortisol levels. Cortisol levels are going to lower your testosterone levels. So there's a direct correlation there. So it's really important to manage your stress levels. And number 12, no manly activities. You're not doing anything that makes you feel like a man, right? There's tons of stuff. It could be chopping wood in the backyard. It could be building something. It could be fixing a car, whatever it is, but something that stimulates that masculine side of you. It could be martial arts. It could be weight training. Something that really gets that masculine energy moving in your body. I think that is a big help, and one that you don't really hear talked about very much. So those are the 12 things that I have on this list. That's all I have time to talk about in this video, but we did do an episode of the Love Lab podcast, episode 118, and it is called What Causes Low Testosterone Levels in Men and How to Fix It. We go into way more depth on this topic. We cover a lot more material. There's a ton of information in there. There is a playlist on this channel called the Love Lab Podcast. Just go there and search for that video. There is so much more in there.